Hey, so you just bought your Traeger Scout. Now you're wondering, it's not working right. What do I do next? Okay, first and foremost, I've been playing with this stinking thing for about 4 or 5 hours now, and this is what I've kind of figured out the caveats to it. You'll notice that it is ticking up. I've got it set to 450 degrees. It is ticking up. It'll probably peak out around 460, 470, and then it will go ahead and it'll probably tick back down to about 430. So like I said, you got a temperature fluctuation range of about 20 degrees with the lid closed. So the other thing to be mindful of, at least as of the filming date of this video, is your hopper. Okay, so go ahead and flip this lid open. Okay, if it's not holding temperature or something, don't be too pissed if it drops down. Just make sure you come in here, stick your fingers in here. Obviously don't want to go too deep. Oops. You don't want to go too deep, because if you do, then you get your fingers caught in that auger. So you're going to want to just kind of poke around in there. Now you can see this grate right here. Well, I've kind of figured out that if you fill the pellets all the way up to the top right there, then what'll happen is it'll auger off the bottom in there, and it will then it won't be feeding properly. So you probably just have to get in here and poke it a little bit, okay, with your fingers. So I noticed on another channel, and this actually does make sense, that if when you go ahead and light this, you're going to want to stick it on, he called tech support and said that they told him that even though it says in the instruction manual that you're supposed to have the lid down to ignite it, you actually want to have the lid open so it gets a little more airflow. I suspect that if you're in a really windy situation, that might be a little bit different. So one other thing to point out, from the instruction manual, one of the questions it says, that itself asks is the temperature's not staying where it should be. Well, it actually tells you in the instruction manual how to get your auger out, and that you may end up having to sand the auger blades down. That's kind of a catch-22 for me. If I had to do that, then I'd probably be taking this thing back to Costco. So I imagine that with that sensor being way up in there, you can always, if everything's working right, it should just start pushing a heck of a lot more pellets when it sees that temperature drop from outside air. As you can see, this thing's ticking up really, really fast. It'll probably peak out, like I said, in the 470 range, and then it will go ahead and cut the auger out. So hope this video has been helpful for anybody that just bought one of these. So don't give up on it immediately. Play around with it a little bit, and you should be able to get it to work.